What's up, agents? It's D-Werewolf Gaming back in action. Today we're breaking down one of the most popular exotic rifles in Division 2. That's right, agents, we're talking about the Bighorn assault rifle. This gun is designed to delete enemies before they even get comfortable. Controlled bursts at range, brutal pressure up close, and damage that scales the harder and the better you are at gameplay. What makes the Bighorn stand out among other assault rifles in Division 2 is simple. It rewards precision over spray. Most assault rifles lean on crit, stacking, and forgiveness. The Bighorn does the opposite. It hits harder per shot, punishes missed shots, missed rounds, and massively rewards accurate and disciplined fire. That's where its exotic talent comes in. The Bighorn talent is built around headshot focused skilling, meaning the more consistent your aim, the more damage you get. There are no gimmicks here, no temporary buffs you have to chase. Your DPS comes directly from your skill, positioning, and confidence. When you stay locked in, this weapon absolutely shreds elites, name enemies, and bosses in heroic and legendary content. This is why the Bighorn dominates in pure DPS builds. And also, agents, it is utilized a lot in tank builds as well. It doesn't just compete with other assault rifles, it outperforms them in the hands of an accurate player. High burst damage, strong sustained DPS, and unmatched scaling when the pressure is on. As far as how you get this weapon, the Bighorn is an exotic rifle that is exclusive to legendary content. That's right, any legendary stronghold has a chance of dropping this weapon, and also, agents, you can even play in the summit and obtain this weapon as well. Now, if you're new to this game and you want to obtain it and you play this game solo, basically, agents, just go to the summit, set it on any level of difficulty, play up to floor 10, switch it to legendary difficulty, and take out the boss. If the boss doesn't drop it, fast travel back to the lobby, rinse and repeat. That's how you can obtain this weapon if you play this game solo. Now, the Dark Zone has a chance of dropping it as well, very low chance, and at the end of each season, there's usually an event that takes place where you will have a chance of opening up those caches and obtain this weapon. With that being said, agents, if you're looking for a build that hits hard, it's very fun and easy to use, stick around, agents. Let's go over this build. Alright, agents, so here's a little demonstration at the range just to show you how powerful this setup is. The Bighorn is a beast. As you can see, we are getting over 200-some million damage on headshots with this gun, and even when we hit the body shots, the damage is pretty decent as well. As you can see, we stacked up to 17 million right there pretty fast. Alright, as you can see, agents, this gun is fully maxed out with a weapon expertise of 30%. The weapon handling on this gun is pretty good as well. As you can see, we do have a reload time right there at 1.66 seconds. The talent is what truly stands out on this weapon. It's called Big Game Hunter. When scoped, it switches to a semi-automatic firing mode, dealing 450% increase in weapon damage with each shot. Keep in mind though, when you're not scoped, regular headshots grant 6% increase in headshot damage, stacking up to 25 times. Basically, you get to 25 stacks, that is 150% increase in headshot damage. Once at full stacks, 10 stacks decay every 4 seconds until all stacks have been depleted, but you can slow the process by getting those headshots. Mods that come on this gun you cannot change are 40% increase in headshot damage, 20% increase in reload speed, and 20% increase in accuracy, and 20% increase in stability. Secondary and sidearm, use whichever you prefer. Alright, for our mask, agents, you wear the Palisade Steelworks mask for the 10% armor on kill when you do have one piece on. For the core attribute, we do have an armor core, and the attributes on everything on this build, agents, will be either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. For the chest piece, it is the unit alloys chest, which is the name version called the Equalizer. We do have 2 pieces on, which gives us 5% increase in rate of fire and 20% increase in assault rifle damage. For the core attribute, we do have weapon damage, and again, those attributes will either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. The talent is what truly stands out on this chest. It's called Perfect Ability Rate, and critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 24 times. So that's 24% increase in additional weapon damage when you do have all full stacks. Our holster is our second piece of the unit alloy set. For the core attribute, we do have weapon damage, and again, those attributes were either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. And it is a name version of this holster as well. Now, you can use this if you want a little bit more rate of fire, because the name version is called a Salvio, and it comes with an additional 5% increase in rate attribute. So that option is yours, agents. These builds are always just templates. Always use whichever works best for you. And again, if you want to wear the whole 3-piece set, because when you have on all 3 pieces of the unit alloy set, you also get an additional 50% increase in magazine capacity. I know a lot of agents enjoy that bigger magazine. This build works as well. So if that's your preference, agents, then just take out the steelwork mask and put on the 3rd piece of the unit alloys set. For the knee pads, we are utilizing the Fox Prayers knee pads, which is the name piece of the Overlord armaments, which gives 10% increase in rifle damage, but we wasn't really aiming for that. For the core attribute, we do have an armor core, and the attribute that comes automatically on these knee pads are that 8% increase in damage to target out cover. So that's what we was really using these knee pads for. All right, the glove agents is the Overdog exotic gloves. Automatically comes with weapon damage core, and again, those attributes will automatically be critical hit chance and critical hit damage. The talent is what truly stands out on these gloves. It's called Weakest Link. It amplifies weapon damage by 30% to the lowest ranking enemies currently in combat as per tier hierarchy. So basically, agents start at tier 3, work your way up. But like I always say, agents, just fire. Your main goal is just to keep firing at any enemy that is in your path, and at some point you will get that 30% increase in amplified damage. These gloves does make a lot of difference in your build. But all right, for the backpack, we did decide to utilize the Backbone name Langmo set backpack, which gives us 20% increase in explosive resistance when you do have one piece on. For the core attribute, we do have weapon damage core, and again, those attributes will be either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. The talent is what truly stands out. That was called Perfectly Unstoppable Force. Killing an enemy increases total weapon damage by 7% for 15 seconds. This stacks up to 5 times. So basically, agents, when you get up to all 5 stacks, that is 35% increase in weapon damage overall, and it lasts for a good little bit, and each kill does refresh the talent. Now, if you don't have this version of agents, you can just use the regular talent, which basically stacks up to 5 times as well. But instead of the 35% increase in weapon damage, you'll only be getting up to 25% increase in weapon damage. Some other talents that would have worked great on this build as well is the Vigilance talent. All right, we are using the Crocheted Shield just to add a little bit more protection on the build. And we are using the Reviver High because this build is pretty squishy, agents. We only have 2 blue cores on this build. As far as the seasonal modifier, or the global modifier agents, this build works regardless if the modifiers are active or not. But if you do use the modifiers agents, just remember to have all your recruits, your campaigns recruited. That is 10 out of 10 medics, 10 out of 10 assault recruits, and 10 out of 10 engineering recruits. If you got 10 out of 10 on each one of these agents, you have 15% increase in weapon damage, 20% increase in hazard protection, and 15% increase in skill efficiency. Keep in mind the passive with this set, the way the mods work though, if you don't have your active modifier active, that will be doubled. So basically you'll get 30% increase in the weapon damage, 40% increase in hazard protection, and 30% increase in skill efficiency. So basically, agents, if you don't like playing with the campaign, just deactivate the active modifier. You will still get all the passive buffs, and everything will double as far as the benefits you get from having companions. Passives, we do have No Escape. When you and your companion aim at the same target, you gain 15% increase in headshot damage. We are utilizing Supply Line. Every 3 kills by your companion instantly reloads your weapon and gives you 30 high velocity rounds. And Rapid Taxes. When your companion uses the active ability, your skills are reduced by percent. Keep in mind, agents, use whichever passive you want here. I don't really change them out much, but there are other passives that would probably work good here as well. Just like I said, I don't really change out these passives that much. For the weapon stats, we are sitting right there at 160,211 weapon damage with the Bighorn, with a critical hit chance of 58% with 117% critical hit damage. Now, as you can see, that headshot damage is showing you a negative 29%. I don't know why the Bighorn reads that way sometimes, and the only way to fix it is to log out and log back in. Now, as far as the armor on this build, like I said, agents, this build is pretty squishy. We do have 1,116,000 armor with 220,003 armor on a kill. Keep in mind, this build does not have any armor regeneration. Always make these builds your own, agents. If this build is too squishy for you, change out what you need, add a little bit more survivability. These are just templates, things that I enjoy using in my gameplay. We did go with the Gunner class specialization for many good reasons. Every third reload is 50% faster. You do get 10% armor back on a kill, and your rate of fire is increased by 5% for 5 seconds after a kill. Also, agents, when you remain still for at least 1 second, you will gain 10% increase in weapon handling. Last but not least, don't forget to equip the correct weapon element to get your 15% increase in bonus weapon damage. It does make a difference in the build and the amount of damage you're doing. Two things I do want to point out, agents, and before I do, I want to say for those of you who enjoy the gameplay, stick around. I'm going to tackle a mission just to show you, give you a little bit more gameplay of this build in action. This is an amazing build in my opinion, very fun to use, and the Bighorn overall is just an amazing assault rifle that I've been enjoying ever since I obtained this weapon. All right, agents, so two other factors that will play a part in this build is one, your watch expertise level needs to be at least 1000 to have all the passes unlocked on your watch. It can make a difference in the amount of damage you're doing. With that being said, the only other factor that will play a part in this build will be your weapon expertise level. The max in the game right now is 30. So if you do have the max, you'll be doing a 30% additional damage. So if you put the build together and your damage numbers are not the same as mine, keep in mind those are the two factors that will play a part. Your SSD watch level being at least 1000 and your expertise level being at least 30%. With that being said, agents, I do want to give a big thank you to everyone that continues to support me on the channel and always have something positive to say. It really does mean a lot, and I really appreciate each and every one of you for your valued time and continued support. All right, agents, stay strong, stay sharp. D-Werewolf out.
Got it! Take you to the mall. Wilson is still by the entrance. We've spotted a mortar team with him. These are probably the fuckers who attacked the castle.
Hostile forces incoming.
These readings are insane. There was a lab nearby for weaponizing this shit. Make sure you put it out of operation.
Stop firing, RPG! Punching me! Don't! Damn! They're hitting the farm!
Heavy's got a ballistic shield!
Vital signs critical.
I'll send in a team to dismantle. No way! No way! work. Wilson's unit is out of action, and you've crippled True Sun's chemical